Hey, welcome everybody to the Hidden Rituals Show, episode 1. The name is not related to the content at all, as you could probably tell. The name is a throwaway line in a joke I told in like 2019 about jerking off inside of a bush, hiding away and doing that while you're on Firewatch. And Firewatch, now that I've said that, is military speak for you're like the one awake with the gun while everyone else is asleep. So that's the origin. We're not gonna talk about like cryptids or whatever the fuck. Not consistently. Now that I'm thinking about it, a cryptid episode might be fun. Anyway, we're joined today by the impregnable Mr. Grinch. He cannot be impregnated. I think that's
Just
what that. I know Mike Tyson said impregnable that one time, but I'm just looking at what I like root words, and that probably means he can't be impregnated, right?
That's my understanding of the word. Yeah.
Anyway, topic for today, stop meandering, is sex and romance in video games. What makes it good? Why I think most of it is quite bad, and Mr. Grinch has some takes of his own. So
Yeah, sex in general. I mean, if we're going outside the video game realm, it's kind of yucky, and I think it's for bad people that want to go to hell. So the fact that we take that yucky thing and we put it into video games, I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. Unless it's in Persona 5, then it's pretty chill and hot.
I can see that. Now, that's a very fucking Norm Macdonald-esque take. He had a joke exactly like that. Because I always have to mention fucking Norm and cut the legs out from under your jokes. But
Right. All right. I'll go fuck my own self, huh? Thank you.
what a meme. Anyway, I think starting out, I like to start out positive. I'm a positive guy. Where I have to give flowers is it's New Vegas, fucking in New Vegas, where sex is always a joke and it's not like ever something you work for. And it happens, and obviously you have like Fisto, the comedy gold that is Fisto, the fisting robot. I enjoyed him. I like you have like the ghoul cowgirl dominatrix that you
Yeah. Roxanne or Roxy or something like that.
and it's fucking haunting, dude. When you fuck her and it fades to black and you hear like the ghoul screech and like the sound of a whip or something. And then I forget they had I want to say her name is Red Lucy. Did you ever make it to like the animal fighting ring underneath New Vegas? Did you ever find that?
No.
So the lady there named Red Lucy, and the quest that you have to do for that location is you have to find them eggs to grow more animals to fight.
Okay, weird.
Yeah, so you got to go, and you have to go to like fuck all Cazador land, get Cazador eggs, go get Deathclaw eggs from Quarry Junction, and then anyway the reward, you do everything she wants, and she's like, "Oh, you are a true warrior. Fuck me." And then you do it, and she gives you like a shotgun to say thank you.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, that's just right. That's a very alpha. That's a man's man rendition of how sex works.
Right. That is kind of an ideal interaction between a man and a woman. I reckon. One thing about New Vegas and having sex in it, during my New Vegas playthrough that is on my channel, quick plug. I had sex with Benny, Fisto, and one of the fucking, I think Sardins at fucking Nipton.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Yeah, or outside of Nipton, and it's funny that you get a perk that it has you do more damage to the males, but also you get those voice lines where you get to screw, and it's definitely I think having the sexy with Benny was very entertaining for me because he talks like himself.
Yeah,
I can't.
It's fucking
I don't
Matthew
remember
Perry.
I don't remember what he said exactly, but it was wild.
It's something.
He probably called me a mink or whatever. So
it's something like
good time.
He's like, oh no, I don't think he says nice titties, but it's something about titties. He's like, yeah, give him a shake for the Ben Man or something. Right. And it's fucking Matthew Perry whispering it through my turtle beaches. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
This is the best game ever made.
Yeah.
For that scene alone. High art.
Never done that before until my last playthrough, and I was like, yeah, that's something else that I chose to do.
Uh, on now, I'm trying to think of other fucking games where it's a pro. It's a positive.
Well, so this is kind of a one-off thing. This has to do with spoilers for Far Cry 3 from 2012.
Mm-hmm.
There's the sex scene where if you choose the bad ending, you murk the shit out of your fucking cute white girlfriend, and then you go have relations with the whatever she is, the
Right.
voodoo fucking
The savage
princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you bone her, and then it's graphic and it's weird, and then she kills you. So I guess in a way, it's a kind of a fitting end for
Right.
choosing a bad choice.
Right. No, it's fucking oh. And I didn't like it organically way back in the day when I played Far Cry 3, obviously, because I'm a goody two shoes. I didn't pick that. But that happens. It had to be like a wonderful fake out for people.
Yeah,
Like, oh shit, I made it, dude. This is sick.
dude, I'm getting boned by some fucking
Some third world honey.
some exotic fucking hun.
Exotic
And then,
is probably a better word.
Right, and then she stabs you and she says thank you, I'm gonna bear our child, and he's become a demon lord or whatever. I've never played Far Cry 3, but I know that's kind of how the ending goes. So
And then just came to me Witcher. All right, so the Witcher games.
right,
It's still so they're one of the ones that like they do sexy and they like put a lot of work into them, and they're supposed to be like atmospheric and like into like they're supposed to convey like a sex scene and like a steamy movie does.
uh-huh.
And I think back to bro, have you seen Witcher 2 sex scenes? They
No,
were
no, I have not.
when I replayed Witcher 2, I'm telling you, Witcher 2 sex scenes will change your fucking life in 2024, dude.
Oh no.
Hang out, right? So again, it's not that old, but it didn't even look amazing when it came out. So we're like, you have like naked Triss, and we're like one step above like Laura Croft polygonal titties. We're like the next short step right above that.
Oh, that's fucking good.
But so the character models look horrendous, and but they're trying to like they're all atmospheric, and you say this is abstract art and not good abstract art at this point. But I'm sure at the time it came out, I'm sure it was normal.
Or it was probably fine back then.
Right. No, it's not that like I hate sex in media. It's something about when you're in a video game and like the interactive nature of it. So it's like I'm pining and I'm working to have sex with a cartoon. Like the image of some guy doing that is weird in my head, and then when that guy is me, it's worse.
Yeah, I could see that.
But all right, went off on that tirade. I lost the train of thought real quick. Oh, it's all right, when it comes to fucking Witcher 2, I also like how like we were talking about like a man's idea of
Oh yeah.
of the sexual exchange. I think it's so, where outside of so when you're boning, and this goes for 2 and 3, when you're boning girls that aren't the main girl,
Sure.
that are or aren't one of the two main girls, it's like you do a side quest and you like kill a monster, you like save the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
And then your reward is getting laid, which again is so it's a very Chad way to write the world. but it's funny to me, and I compare that to like, so I'm like there's a league of people who in theory would be against that kind of writing.
Uh-huh.
Right, that kind of like, yeah, man saves the day, gets pussy. That's what
Disgusting.
That's what women do when they get saved. They give that pussy, right?
Stop.
But then I'm thinking, but not a peep. And I'm like the same people that, in theory, you would think would be upset by that if they like observed it too closely, are the same kind of people who will like voraciously cheer in a cringe ass way when a gay vampire is fucked up the ass by a literal grizzly bear.
Right. Right.
And I'm like, I can't get it out of my head how they unveil that, and then that's a huge selling point, and it does huge numbers for the game. But fucking
Right.
Baldur's Gate 3. I'm gonna assume anyone watching this knows what I'm talking about. But
Yeah. It's kind of thinking about, you know, because I'm looking at some lists to get myself a refresher, and like, the Mass Effect games. There's a lot of fucking in Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I haven't played all the games. I think I've only beaten one. Played a good bit of two, a little bit of three. Didn't touch Andromeda because I have a brain, and it definitely seems a little bit like it's kind of like a. You'd say it's like almost like a pillar of the Mass Effect franchise that you can like fuck people. You can
Yeah.
up their relationship status enough, or you can lay with them, and it definitely seems. I don't know. It doesn't do much for the story for me personally. I guess Mass Effect is they really want you to be connected with your boys. Like they spend a lot of time creating these backstories and their side quests to do for your people. The fucking, it seems like maybe I don't know. It doesn't do it for me necessarily. Other people, it might kind of increase that closeness or whatever. It seems kind of added on to me, like tacked on, and kind of takes me out of the Mass Effect mood personally. I typically don't go out of my way to try to romance nobody, but it's kind of part of the Mass Effect experience
Right.
to do that. So I don't know. I was thinking about that, and I was kind of comparing that where it feels tacked on to me, and compared to like a lot of these. And I'm going to use Persona 5 example because I've played a lot of it. And where Persona 5 is you're literally just a kid in high school. It feels natural in the sense of more natural in the sense of you're just going around, you're talking to your people, you're trying to romance some ladies. And then at the very end of the game, sex is like a reward, right? When you max out your fucking love rating or whatever. And I don't think you can bone everyone in Persona 5. You can definitely bone the teacher if anyone's curious.
Good to know.
So it just seems it's different, right? Where I feel like, and I'm not even trying to defend Persona 5 weeb culture, but I do think there's a difference there. There's a bit of a contrast in it being tacked on for the sake of it, and it being part of the kind of the role-playing experience, I guess, was my entire thought.
Right. You know who did a weird? He didn't do a video on the top, but he mentioned it just offhand. Is Tim Kaine? I'm gonna look like such a cunt if I got his name wrong, but Tim Kaine. Little old gay guy was I think the lead developer on the original Fallout.
Okay.
Seems like a good guy. You see what I did there when I pointed out that he was gay for no reason, and then I complimented him so that people so that I don't look like a bigot. You know.
Yeah, Timothy Kane is the name of the guy. I looked it up. Right. You're right.
So that I don't look. Yeah. That was pretty slick of me, actually. So now I'm invulnerable to criticism.
Leave that whole bit in, by the
way. Fuck. All right, anyway, so he did an end talking about how having so many characters be sexable affects like character writing. He didn't say it outright, but I'm gonna run with his premise and I'm gonna say it outright. I think it hurts character writing.
Sure.
When it's like, oh, the end goal is they all have to be fuckable. And I think the way he phrased it, he was like, it makes it so so that every character has to be this horny bisexual.
Right.
If it's an RPG and you can fuck anybody, like I think it takes away from their character. And I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. I have about 25 hours in it, definitely not a ton for the size the game is. But I've recruited most of the level 1 or Act 1 companions. I think I've gotten all of them. In fact, and I don't like, so you go back to camp at night and basically how you know how you're doing with every companion is what level of flirtatious they are with you. Like the sex is such a heavy component of that game. That's literally, there's no other way to phrase it. Like you check in with all your companions and you're like, gauging how flirtatious are they being with me. And it's designed in such a way so that literally no matter how you play, no matter what kind of character you are, there will be companions that want to fuck you.
Right.
And I'm like, you see, that's not the kind of thing that happens organically. That's what happens when you build the game with that weeb shit in mind. And I'm just
going back to, you spent some time glazing New Vegas, and I guess I can do that a little bit too. There are characters, kind of going off that point that our boy Timothy made about, writing characters that have to be bisexual and constantly wanting to fuck every kind of character. Fallout New Vegas, there's a lot of characters that are very set in their sexuality. You know, I
Yeah.
think of like Catherine and Veronica for the main ones. I'm sure there's a bunch more, but those are the two that come to mind. You know, you got to be a broad to, you know, even romance them. I don't even know if you can sex them necessarily, but I know you can romance them and get some of those flirtatious lines. It seems like that's a little bit less forced. I don't know. I think they didn't want it to affect the writing, like
Yeah,
kind of
like
the
they
way
cared
that
about the
our
character
boy,
themselves more. Yeah, Arcade is
yeah,
the same way, and I just know that because
the characters are people, right? They're people, and they are in a world that is real, rather than. I mean, I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3. I kind of refuse to on the sense of principle because I'm a fucking hipster bitch, but it definitely seems like it's a little. It's like the characters are made for you to fucking have your way with. I guess.
yeah, yeah, they're right. It's your fucking. They're your toys. It's your playground.
Right.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. My boy Arcade. Even though
Gay as fuck.
I make myself gay every playthrough for so I can recruit Arcade quickly because he's my boy.
He's your dude.
I guess we'll stick on the fucking Baldur's Gate 3 trashing. I don't even think it's like overall. Obviously, I think it's a fine game. That'd be crazy, especially in this video. Did I come out with No, if I was gonna come out with a Baldur's Gate 3 is the worst game ever take, this would be the place to do it because
Right.
I don't anticipate this will have big wings on the first video. But anyway,
Just you wait.
just I fucking wait. Just wait till they see this. I'm gonna do a crazy thumbnail. Anyway. So I compare Baldur's Gate 3 to Larian's last game, like Divinity, Original Sin 2.
Yeah.
And there's sex in that game, for sure. But, so I have, like, compared to my 25 hours in Baldur's Gate 3, I have, like, 80 hours in Divinity. And never fucked anybody. I knew the option was there. It was not forced on me at any point. I had, like, strong relationships with characters, and there was, like, no even like suggestion that we were about to fuck.
Gotcha.
And so I just it's not like this is Larian's thing. This is just what they do. It's like no, that wasn't a huge part of the last game. And I haven't played the older Baldur's Gates. There's a small chance that they are chock full of sex too, so they felt like they had to. But I have no idea.
I would doubt it.
Right, I have some doubts. I'm not going to go replay fucking OG Baldur's Gate to dispel that doubt. I'm going to live with it. I'm going to hold on to it.
You got shit going on.
So that would be the difference. And I'm not saying, it's directly the reason why, but I also like Divinity's characters more. I just do. But I like everything about that game more, pretty much. Yeah.
But can you fuck bear in it?
Right, but can I get fucking gaped out by a grizzly? That's the... No, as far as I know, there's only one game where I can do that. So,
well,
take my money.
That's the one that has fucking like 20 bajillion sales or whatever.
Right? Take my fucking money, Larian.
Take my money, bitch.
Right? No. And good for that. It's fucking. I'm not out here fucking disparaging Larian or people that play the game. I'm not calling anyone fucking freaks for liking to fuck cartoons. I don't. I find it odd, but not disparaging anybody. You guys do you. Good for Larian because they make good games. I just do not like that aspect of it.
Yeah, what about all the porn games you play though?
Yeah, but okay, that's dick because that's literally it's like watching at. All right,
it's literally making cartoons fuck, huh?
Am I setting out to have a good porn time, or am I setting out to fucking be a gamer? All right, it's different. So when I play my porn games, okay. Like, that's just watching porn, and I just click buttons so that I'm fucking, It's a different thing.
Okay, alright, it's a different thing.
You can't see me, but I'm flexing my traps. I rolled forward in my chair.
Yeah, I bet.
What I guess is, worth mentioning, for me, just because I play a lot of horror games.
Sure.
Now look at a game. You remember Agony? I believe it was called Agony.
Yep. I do.
So the game looks like shit. Like I'm fucking. I haven't played it, but I look at is it right? Sex when fused with horror and done well can be unnerving. Like it should make you uncomfortable because you're like, oh, that's not the environment for that.
Right.
So I think there is Agony looks like I almost look at that and I'm like, I actually feel like I respect what Agony was going for, and what games that are like fusing. Because the same kind of shit. You look back at like H.R. Geiger works, who fucking famously made the Xenomorph, and if you're an art nerd, then you've seen his other shit too.
Yeah.
But it's always it's like cold and mechanical, and there's always like sexual undertones to everything. And it's just like it's off-putting, makes you feel strange. And I was like, so I think there is a place for that in a game. If someone were to make Agony but make it good,
Sure.
I think that'd be justified. But I think they're standing at the precipice of something interesting with that.
Gotcha.
One. Holy,
I don't know what you're talking
shit.
about. I kind of want to get probed by a fucking Xenomorph.
Oh,
It's fucking proby tongue. Like, feel me?
that's crazy. Oh my god, I get face hugged.
Oh my god.
All right, have you seen the trailer for the Alien movie coming out in August?
No, I haven't.
All right, stupid name, Alien Romulus.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go kill myself. That sounds awful.
But the trailer didn't look terrible. There's a swarm of facehuggers, which
Okay.
there's a swarm. But it actually and I looked it up, and so it's directed by the guy, speaking of Sam Raimi, who did the Evil Dead remake. That one that I thought was quite good. Writing was not good, but everything else was quite good.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm here for that. I could fuck with that.
Might be good. Might be good.
Right.
Another game that has a lot of sex. Cyberpunk 2077, of course. And I mean, in the character customization, you get to make how big your dick is. You know, you get to customize the size of your dick,
Yeah.
your breasts and whatnot.
Slider all the way to the right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, you never see your genitalia ever again unless you're fully nude. You take off all your clothes. So it's just one of those things they added just for the fuck of it. I don't necessarily know if they really thought that added to the immersion aspect of the character creator, or if they wanted to because they knew it would kind of draw a little bit of clout, I guess. I don't know. Not positive on that.
I think you're probably exactly right. Yeah, they're like, this will get people talking. The first game to ever have a cock size slider. Well, we don't know if it's the first game. There's a million porn games. I'm sure one of them had one first, actually. But
at first,
Right, it's the first game you didn't have to be embarrassed to play, at least not until after it fucking came out.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to go play Cyberpunk and do a fucking sex speed run, because never done that before.
I'm gonna give myself the smallest cock possible, and then be the biggest badass in the world.
Dude, that's awesome. I gave my broad fucking little itty bitty titties for that representation. So
Yeah,
she was a badass, that's for sure.
it's got to be hard being like a badass woman with giant tits.
Yeah, man, fuck.
Right, I bet most like badass broads have medium-sized to small tits, just because you have big tits, your back hurts all the time. You're all top heavy and weird.
Well, until like fucking 2013, Laura Croft was doing it fine. Okay.
Right, she was making it. Right now, now she's all proportional and shit.
Now she looks like a real human being. No, I don't fuck with that.
I don't want you around me, fucking whore. Oh my god, we got to circle back to the fucking the Resident Evil 6 boss with the sexy one, dude.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Right.
I didn't play Resident Evil 6.
Right, forgot to. Yeah, you don't need to. I don't think. I think you'll get by.
I'm typing in Resident Evil 6 sexy boss. Let's look it up.
Right, so it was.
Oh God, Deborah.
Oh, yeah. So it's the first campaign. Leon, and it's been years since I played it, but this fucking broad is attached to Leon, and her sister is the boss. And I'm like, there's nothing in the lore about the sister being like promiscuous, or there's nothing that like in the leans toward that at all.
Sure.
Seems quite like normal, and it's pretty tragic. It's at like the most intense scene in the game.
Right.
Because they drag her sister away. But anyway, and then you like fight her, and she's just like this buck ass like naked broad with weird like spider limbs coming out of her back.
It's kind of hot.
And then at random intervals, like frequently throughout the fight, she like jumps away and stands above you, like far away, and she just like caresses herself. all seductively for no reason. I'm like, where there's like, this seems like a really mediocre idea that came from somewhere totally different, and then got plugged into Resident Evil 6. Like, you could use that to describe like 2/3 of Resident Evil 6, actually. But I was like,
well, you know,
very odd. No purpose for it. It is not the kind of sexiness that is unnerving. It does seem like two parts that are not complementary.
Sure.
It's very, but funny. So,
I mean, one recent thing it's not necessarily sex related. Well, it's sex related, I guess. And I know I brought this up to you before, is the boss fight with Poison Ivy in Arkham Asylum. Every time you hit her, she makes a sex ass moan. And you know, it didn't necessarily ruin the experience for me, but it definitely was a goof and a gaff for me. I was having a lot of fun with it. You know, I wasn't bricked up fucking bataranging Poison Ivy 70,000 times. But it was something that happened, and I was like, that was interesting.
All right. And I think that's perfect. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I'm trying.
The fact that Uma Thurman did not give her likeness for the fucking Arkham games, it's literal bullshit.
Oh, if only.
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking shit. Oh my god.
What Batman is Danny DeVito the Penguin in? What movie is that?
I don't know. It's the one from the early 90s?
Is that Michael Keaton? Have I not gotten to Penguin yet?
No.
Like 89? Let's see.
Yeah, just Google that shit, I think.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look. Okay, it's 92. Okay, 92.
Oh,
Batman Returns. All right, on it. I gotta go, dude. I got something I gotta watch.
Yeah, I gotta get entertained.
Jesus, he's fucking horrific in this film. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really good makeup, actually. It's kind of, I just feel bad. When I watched this as a little kid, I just felt bad for him.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, that's horrific. Great work, everybody. Holy cow.
All right, now I'm just fucking bummed out, grossed out.
Yeah, no, I want to vom a little bit.
Weirded out. So was there something you thought we should look at?
Yeah, I have the subreddit, and I kind of gassed it up a little bit. It's not that great, but there's some highlights here.
Okay.
Let me. I'll still bring her over. Where's which button is screen share? Hello. Go Discord. Here we go. Share your screen, and then we're going. Nope, not that one. We want. Here we go. Boom. Okay. Great.
All right. Watch stream. We're bringing her in. What do we got?
Great.
Which games have the most graphic sex scenes?
Right. This is what the title of the fucking Google link was. It says, which games have the most graphic sex scenes? I'm just asking for science. Like, is there a game out there where you can perform oral sex on someone or get into the 69 position? Fucking reading Steinzer or whatever, Steiner Z. You need to fucking dial it back,
he's
my
fucking
guy.
down abhorrently. That's
our boy A Semblance says, bruh, just watch porn.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes back with, but the interactivity, though.
He's got a good point if that's what you're out for. Porn game's probably not AAA quality. That would blow my mind, AAA quality porn game.
Right. Yeah, it's called Baldur's Gate 3. LOL House Party. That's another, I don't know if you know anything about House Party, but it's just like a little sandbox kind of. They just put you in there and everyone's horny. It's not a porn game necessarily, but it's pretty close. So that's, whatever. Skyrim with mods, Sims with mod, Fallouts with mods. Is there a 69 mod for fucking Fallout New Vegas?
God, of all the things I want to see before I die, alright, watching New Vegas character models, is pretty goddamn low on the list. But it makes the
Aren't
list.
those mostly just for taking pictures? The actual animation is quite stiffy from what I've seen and heard. Pretty sure stiffy is exactly the kind of science OP is looking for.
Oh, look at that. We made a joke. We made an organic joke in the comments. Look at you two.
Shout out Dakota Thrice. Oh my god, this is awful. Coming from a person with YOLO in their username. Not sure how a random set of letters in my name is any indication of maturity. Oh my god.
We got a fucking point, Dexter.
Oh my god.
How am I siding with the Coomer cringe over? Like, I want to hit you on behalf of them. That's how fucking much of a bitch you are. I should mention, if you're building, a story, probably something I should have. Like, I'm talking mostly about RPGs and shit. I think Wolfenstein: The New Order has a good story. I don't think just like in movies, I don't think like you need an actual sex scene most of the time.
Sure.
I think there are plenty of other fine ways to get across that, like, oh, this is a close relationship now.
Right.
I think this is usually about fan service.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, fan service. All right, we gotta talk about fucking one of our favorites.
Okay.
People sleep on this. Catherine.
Oh, yeah. Go, bro. Catherine was like new when I played it on the fucking 360 back in the day. Holy shit.
I haven't played in like 6 years.
Oh.
Well, obviously, like sex is like the entire driving force of the game.
It's
right? Fucking is our boy fucking nameless protagonist. I forgot, and his fucking desire for sexy, maybe Demon Catherine. I never beat it. So it's one of those.
Well, yeah. So you choose at the end, right?
Right.
Obviously. I feel like Catherine has like 6 endings though.
It probably does.
Depending, so you can end up with either girl, but there's like good and bad and neutral variants
for each one.
For each one, it's like, oh, that's fascinating.
They'll say, oh my god, you're in your tidy whities, and it's symbolic because you're vulnerable. Vulnerable in this dream world. What? I say, no, we just wanted you to wear underwear because we're fucking freaks.
Right.
Say the devs.
We don't want fucking cocks hanging out. Got nudity to show vulnerability. I had a bit about that. So way back when the channel was when it was a very young channel,
right?
We did, and I did what the fuck was the game called? Yeah,
gotcha.
when I did the Tormented Souls video, and I was like, basically the fact that the game fucking cold opens with you like naked in a bathtub, full frontal nudity. In a day when I made the fucking, I was on one, and I was like, no, that's actually perfect. It's like, that's actually sick. All right. But yes, and the logic was that basically you play Tormented Souls, and the character is not interesting. It's not a good, like, the character's not well written.
Right.
Tormented Souls is a game about the place and like the big ideas. Right. Character writing's terrible, so it's like, okay, if you know that you can't write a character, like, you're not going to make me care about this character through the way that she's written, because they're not. And I was like, I think the best way to make you empathize with her and care about her is to show that, like, she's out of her element, she's vulnerable. And so I tied that to, like, being kidnapped and then found naked with an eye missing at the very, very start of the game.
Right.
And then the fact that she puts on like a stupid little like Bratz doll dress, and that's what you wear throughout the game. And I was like, that communicates to me that this lady is out of her element in this scary ass place.
Sure.
So when you talk about just when you talked about like sort of being in your underwear or like nudity as a show of vulnerability, I was like, I made a oddly strong argument in favor of that when the channel was very, very young, and fuck it, I think it holds up. I think it holds up fine.
Yeah, I think that's a totally fine take. Yeah. Another game I haven't played a lot of, I mean, I streamed it once, is Vampire Masquerade. From 2004, around vampires, right? And there's
sexy.
All these, right? There's all these different clans of vampires. Some specialize in sex appeal more than others. I think, honestly, from the bit there's that little bit of flirtation you have with the cover girl, which I already forgot her name, like Jessica and whatever the fuck another one was. I definitely feel like it fits the fucking setting, and it adds to the kind of the environment of the game, where you're going through and you're interacting with these people that are very seductive and persuasive, using their fucking their abilities and using their vampiricness or whatever.
Yeah.
Vampirism, right? I think and like, you walk around the clubs and everyone's dressed like kind of slutty, and it just kind of adds to the vibe. It's definitely like a time capsule for sure, right? Yeah. Like, we're talking 2004, I think, is when it came out. Like, fucking Blade 2 was out already. I forget. I don't even know if Blade 3 was out, but it's very like of its time.
Yeah.
But I think it is what it's. I think that it would be weird without the sex appeal, I guess, that kind of
yeah. Well, right, it's vampires, right? You got to have it.
Right.
And I think I keep thinking of stuff that I'm like I should have front loaded so that the video sounds more logical. But fuck it.
Yeah, whatever.
Right, fuck that. I'm thinking like the reason that like a game about a bunch of vampires when vampires are all like sexual tension,
Yeah.
sexual fears, like that's like the base of vampires, right?
Yeah.
And the reason like a game all about vampires or a game like Catherine gets like more of a pass is it's like when sex is like the thematic purpose, like sex is literally like a key theme almost
For sure.
of that character. That's very different than you're trying to take characters who are that I'm supposed to take seriously and they're supposed to be their own people.
Right.
But they're also dumb and they can all be manipulated into blowing me. Which I'm like,
Yeah.
good normal people can't be.
Right.
Right. Not a thing normal people are willing to do. I've tried, so.
Tried for years. No one wants to fucking touch me. What's wrong with me? Dude, I fucking bathe sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, dude. I got fucking Dr. Squatch soap, Old Spice deodorant. Like, I fucking smell
Where
amazing.
is my fucking sponsor? Come on, Dr. Squatch.
It's fucking cold, hand pressed with fucking magenta. Stupid.
What the fuck is a magenta? The color?
I thought it was a flower.
Holy
fucking
shit.
dumb.
I'm saying, like, modders, I need you guys to mod up my Deep Rock Galactic and let me fuck Mission Control. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah.
On the topic of fucking, I mean, I've played almost 200 hours of Deep Rock Galactic and have not fucked Mission Control once. Get on your shit.
He looks like a guy who'd throw it back.
Oh, dude, he would fucking arch that back. For sure.
He looks well built.
Oh my god. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was the entire thought.
That's all I have to. Now I gotta find fucking not safe for work art to put on Mission Control. I'm gonna go to rule34.com and just type in Mission Control. See what happens.
It's there. It's there, I bet.
See what happens. Yeah.
Right, let me do that now, actually. No, I don't want to go to a restaurant in India called Rule 34. I'm trying to look up cartoon porn, bitch.
Right. Fucking get real. I think I'm going to India.
Mission Control. Search. What? There's nothing here?
We found the untapped market, bro.
All right, everyone listening in PBJ's fucking comment section, post some links or something. I'm thinking you can do that on YouTube. Go for it anyways.
Right. I'm calling upon all patriots to draw Mission Control, throwing it back on this
is a call
dick.
to arms. This is a call to arms. Pick up your pens. Pick up your markers. I need it.
Right, more than I need it. Mission Control deserves it. So think about it like
Mission
that.
Control deserves to get fucked by me after all the fucking he's done to me.
Right.
I'm just kind of scouring through like my Steam and stuff, see if there's anything I'm remembering.
Oh, yeah, probably a good idea.
And specifically video games, I'm not thinking of a ton. I think if this was like media wide, like movies as well, there might be more there. But we want to stay somewhat fucking focused.
Right.
Not be talking for hours and hours. Fear doesn't really have sex stuff. It's more of just
Fear. Yeah, Fear. Oh, Fear 2 has. Oh, you haven't played Fear 2.
No, I haven't.
We can talk about. I can riff on Fear 2 for a minute.
Yeah.
So, for anyone who isn't aware, I also did a Fear 2 video. I think it has a lot of problems. You don't necessarily need to go watch it unless you really want to.
Go fucking watch it.
But so spoiler twist. That's how. So at the very end of Fear 2, you get non-consensually fucked by Alma. That's how the game closes. You impregnate Alma. That's the whole lead up to it. Alma goes from being a gross little fucking freak because she was locked in a tube for decades or whatever, and then she turns sexy. The whole game is Alma trying to seduce you. So basically, there would be these little sequences where naked, sexy Alma would run up at you, being all frantic, and it looks like she's trying to attack you, and you realize no, she's just retarded because she's Alma and she's trying to cuddle and fuck you. You realize that at the end. Fear 2 is a fucking ridiculous game that I like. Just saying, oh yeah, and I put that in the category of like, while at this point it's definitely of its time because it's F.E.A.R. and it's very, very campy. Sure. I do put that in the camp of like, that's fucking like almost very like tragic, like clearly fucking deeply disturbed. I mean, look at what she does, but very tragic character that just wants a baby.
Right.
And so it's very unnerving for me. And so when F.E.A.R. 2 was new, and you had like criticisms of basically people called the ending, they said things, that ending comes out of nowhere, and they said it's cheap sex appeal. When calling it sex appeal is insane to me, because it's like it's pretty disturbing.
Right.
And then like saying it comes out of nowhere, I'm just like, that's just part of an epidemic of people being fucking dumb and not paying attention. To think, because it's very clearly telegraphed throughout the entire game. Alma's intention is like to seduce you,
right?
And it's like, yeah, at the end you lose because she's fucking Alma. But anyway, that's a whole other side tangent. But I do think sex is utilized in an okay way in F.E.A.R. 2. That's probably a good take to have in here, because that's not the popular opinion by any stretch.
Yeah. Having only played F.E.A.R. 1, I mean, I played like an hour of F.E.A.R. 2, and it just wasn't really for me. F.E.A.R. 1, there's no like sex appeal in there. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of that kind of like that body horror type stuff within. I mean, it's F.E.A.R. 1, so it's not very detailed in its quote unquote body horror or whatever, but it's yeah. That's why I was like, I don't know, not so much of the sex in F.E.A.R. It's a good game though.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion.
You're coming to F.E.A.R. for the shadow work and for the fact that everything blows up. That's what you play F.E.A.R. 1 for.
Now F.E.A.R. 3. That's what I'm saying.
Right, then you play 2 to finally fuck that ghost girl. Right, because I know you played F.E.A.R. 1 and you're like, yeah, but if only I could get some of that.
Right.
It's not funny because I think she's a little kid for most of that game.
I'm about to say, I'm not going to say anything about that, because F.E.A.R. 1, she's a child, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for most of the game, for sure, if I remember correctly. Maybe she doesn't even become an adult till the DLC. I don't remember.
What's the deal with Portal 2 not being able to fuck Gladys? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, right. We had her in the palm of her hand, bro, when she gets turned into a potato.
She's right there.
Oh my god, the things, little creativity. You can do a lot with the potato.
Right, you can bake it.
Right. Right, you can bake her alive. That would be.
You can fry her up.
Resident Evil Village had sexy mommy in it. Had sexy. Right. I don't think we should go through and think about every game that has like sexiness in it.
No.
I'm talking more about fucking like games with a pursuit of romance where it's not actually important to like the writing or the main ideas of the game.
Sure.
It was my angle, but that doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as, hey, we're talking about fucking cartoons.
We're talking about fucking.
Talking about fucking pussy and ass.
God damn it.
So with that in mind, I'm not even going to talk about Village. There's a fine-ass vampire broad in it.
Right. I think she's a little too short, though. I think she could be taller.
Right, she could be big. She could be. I don't even know if she could pick me up with one hand and spank me with the other at her current size. And that's a problem. Ooh. Darkest Dungeon 2. Your characters start shagging in the wagon.
Good stuff.
Next to the other two. You say, what the hell, guys? That's an affliction.
Well, no, Reynold and fucking Dismas. They got shit to do. They got fucking to do.
No, if I had Reynold and Dismas fucking in the wagon, I'd uninstall. I could not handle that.
Oh yeah, me neither. Yeah, I haven't had it happen or anything like that.
Right? No, that would break me. I mean, you heard me compliment Tim Kaine earlier,
right?
So I am now immune. No one can ever suggest that I'm fucking grossed out by homosexuality. However, those are my heroes, and like,
why do you say it like that?
What do you?
Yeah, just keep going.
What do you? Those are my boys. Canonically, they don't pipe each other. All right. Just to picture them like that, not only would it ruin that game, it would retroactively ruin Darkest Dungeon 1 And
Well,
I
it
would.
happens.
No, it did. No, it doesn't. You're a fucking
Oh,
liar.
no. Oh, it happens.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and insist upon the fact that you're a dirty fucking liar.
Come on, bro. Have I ever lied to you?
I mean, it'd be really surprising if you hadn't ever for like no reason. I'm gonna assume you fucking definitely have.
No, I'm an honest person.
I've lied to you a half dozen times at the very least.
At the very least, half dozen times every day we talk. Dude. You got problems, dog.
I'm not right. Anyway, do you have any closing thoughts on this topic, or should I fucking close out? I don't know what kind of outro to do. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Closing thoughts. If you can't have sex in real life, don't have it in video games either. It makes you look weird.
Right. That's beautifully put, I think.
Yeah, that's all I have for them. But they just need to fucking go touch grass a little bit, and then bitches will come to them.
All right. I think that wraps up episode 1 of the fucking, what did I name this pile of shit? I think that wraps up. I think that wraps up episode 1 of the Hidden Rituals show. Not a show about cryptids, unless you guys want it to be. Unless there's an overwhelming call for a cryptid episode, that might be funny. I can tell you guys that Bigfoot doesn't exist, and you can fucking cope at me.
You're a fucking bitch.
Yeah. Anyway, that closes out, guys. Please go check out Mr. Grinch's channel. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that as this keeps going, he will be a very, very frequent guest, if not a permanent fixture on the show. So,
Well,
please go check him out. He uploads a lot more than me. It's a lot more like this too, very casual, hanging out. He's doing lots of solo videos right now. But if you like me a lot, if I'm your favorite, go to his channel. Basically any video where it's a multiplayer game, there's like a 75% chance I'm in it. So that's the plug. How I like that where I jerk myself off when I plug you.
you know what? Whatever, dude. I need numbers. I just need clicks.
That's fucking dumb. All right. That's it. I think that's all I have to say. Next episode of this coming whenever. If there's a topic you want to hear, let us know. We'll talk to you guys later.